Starting this month, public sector workers will be paid 30% more on their base pay for the 2023 working year. This is coming after 10 separate meetings spanning nearly 2 months. However, government urged the labor should increase their productivity to plug the holes in the country's budget. Michael Ashali has more.
In November 2022, the labor unions wrote to government requesting for 140% increase in their base pay for 2023. The unions cited mainly the increased cost of living as justification for their demand. After 2 meetings, labor was willing to bend.
Government progressed to 18. We also progressed to 65.
We've never been difficult. We've been considerate for years, and many things have gone wrong. So I think that is the time to right the wrongs. The single pay salary structure is the most indecent structure in this very country. You will never take anything below the 60%. We are not representing ourselves. We are representing our constituents. And we have to go back and inform our members who sent us to negotiate for them.
For government, it was a frustrating process.
Unfortunately, we have had to table something anytime we have met. But labor insists on a figure. So we are going back and we'll reconvene.
Tensions were brewing, with none willing to yield to the demands of the other. Both parties broke into caucuses several times to deliberate further. But after 10 meetings in 2 months, a deal was finally reached. Here is Labour Minister Ignatius Bafo-Iwa.
The base pay has been increased by 30% for the 2023 financial year. The effective date of this is 1st January 2023. And as I said, this brings to an end the 2022 COLA of 15% of base pay salary.
But Ignatius Bafo-Iwa urged the workforce to increase their productivity.
What we also require of workers is also to increase their productivity and also work to justify this reward which is also coming to them. We are going to work together to ensure that our output at the workplace also increases. And we are charging Fair Wages and Salaries Commission to lead that course of monitoring what we do at the workplace and also coming out with measures to help us to be able to increase our productivity.
Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says agreeing to increase the base pay will take a toll on the finances of the country.
This is going to take a toll on the budget. But I'm confident that with enhanced productivity and the commitments that we both have given to each other to make sure that there is peace in this country as we look at pensions issues, labor issues, I think we've come to a satisfying conclusion.
Associate Professor of Finance at the Andrews University, Professor William Prepra is, however, asking government's decision to increase the base pay by 30%. He says would require a cut in some baseline items. He explains that failure to do so will throw the 2023 budget out of gear. He spoke on News Desk.
The implication will be that government may be cutting some expenditure line items to make way for this, or government will be relying on central bank in the form of monetarization or giving overdraft to government to be able to pay these bills. Or the third option will be that government will be increasing the treasury bill requirement to be able to meet the salary payments. And then the fourth option will also be that government will be cutting down some capital expenditure line items. So government may have an option. If government decide not to implement a cost-cutting measure, what it means that it will throw the budget out of gear. And by the end of 2023, we'll be seeing that the wage bill will be going up. Let me also put it that because government has increased the income tax bracket to include a 35%, not all employees who will be getting exactly a 30% increase in their salary. We should be mindful of that.
Okay.
What it means is that a lot of workers will be moving into the higher tax brackets, to the 17.5, 25%, and 35% tax bracket. What it means simply means that the moment the base pay is going up, your tax payments will also be going up. The advantage is that the social security part is also going to go up. So in terms of future retirement, employees will get something better. All these have implications for government. Government probably, as I've mentioned, need a major strategy to accommodate this 30% increment. And if you realize last year, total emolument was about 44 billion Ghana cedis. So if you do a cap of a 30%, it's really going to go up about 54 something billion cedis going to come in. And if you look at government projected revenue for only for 2023, about 200 and something, that's you are getting about a quarter of that one going into wages, which is very, very, very significant.